So this message is specifically for parents who are trying to break the cycle of spanking and screaming at their children and who are healing from their own childhood while simultaneously raising children of their own. And this message is also for parents who have been trying to manifest their dream life, their dream partner, their dream relationship and connection with their children and even themselves. So many of you have probably heard of the law of attraction. Some of you have probably heard about frequency and vibration and about how if you want XYZ, then you have to be the frequency or be the vibration of XYZ so that you can manifest it. Whether XYZ is a certain partner, whether XYZ is a certain type of connection you want to have with your child, whether XYZ is a certain job, a certain income, right? But sometimes it can feel like, dang, how do I be that vibration? How do I be the vibration of it? How do I be the frequency? How? Like with a radio, you can just turn the dial, right? Go to 91.6. And then, of course, because you've turned the radio dial, you are now matching the frequency of whatever is on the airwaves of 91.6. But how do I turn my own self? How do I dial myself into the frequency and vibration of the partner that I want, the job that I want, the amount of money that I want, the type of relationship I want to have with myself and my child? How do I turn that dial? I'm about to tell you. One of the most powerful ways to be the frequency, to be the vibration of what you want in this physical world. Well, it's step one. Don't put this physical world on a pedestal. Remember that this is all temporary. Remind yourself that anything physical is going to transform one day. This physical body, named Michelle, is going to die one day. The physical body is going to one day be like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. When we forget that, then we put too much importance on this physical world, and it can cause us to experience way more stress and all that other stuff than necessary. So step one is to remember that this physical world is everything in it is going to transform in one way, shape, in some shape or other. It's gonna pass away, right? It's temporary. Step two, how do we dial ourselves into the frequency and vibration of what we want? Step two is to literally become, by the choices that you make, the reflection of what it is that you want. What I mean by this is you want your child to talk to you respectfully. So then you are going to, for the next 21 days, be very devoted to speaking to your child respectfully. Period. You want a partner, you want to call in a partner into your life who has good hygiene, washes their hair, brushes their teeth for longer than 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You want a partner that washes their hands after they use the bathroom. You want a partner that has good hygiene, right? Cool. For the next 21 days, make sure that you are doing the things that you expect of that partner as far as hygiene is concerned. So notice where you're very, very sleepy, but you need to take a shower, right? And make sure that you act in that moment the way that you want your partner to. Do you want them to just say, I'll just take a shower tomorrow? Or do you want them to be the type that really prioritizes their hygiene and takes the shower now? Because if that's what you want, then do that, right? Let's say you want a partner who, really takes the time to care about, really pays attention to what you want, what you want to do today, or really takes the time to really listen to you and pay attention to the details of what you express and what you say and whatnot. Be that. When your child is talking to you, be attentive, focus, listen. When your friends are speaking to you, your clients, whoever is engaging with you, be attentive, listen. Be the qualities that you want from others. It's the only way that friends and partners are going to really pop into your field who embody that, right? When it comes down to money, you want to experience abundance and not having to worry about money. Start practicing now to be aware of the pattern of fear when it comes to money. Start holding space for and fully feeling whatever emotion comes up for you when it comes down to money, when it comes down to when you invest it at the grocery store, or when you invest it when you're paying for your oil and filter change or car repair. Pay attention to that sensation you feel when you're giving money. And if there are any triggers or whatnot, fully feel them and give yourself permission to not worry about money giving or when you'll receive it by processing the emotions that are associated with limited beliefs that are about money, right? Because you want a partner who doesn't worry about money, so you have to practice being that yourself. And how you do that is in the moments where you notice that you're tripping out about money and afraid about money, afraid as far as money is concerned. In those moments, you dial into the frequency and the vibration of the person who is not worried about money, but not by faking it. You can play that game too, but I'm not talking, let's go a little deeper. You dial into that frequency, into that vibration by in that moment saying, ooh, I feel triggered right now. I'm about to pay $500 for this car repair, and I feel triggered while I'm giving away this money, and I notice the trigger. But my partner who is not afraid of money, my child who is not afraid of spending money, the version of me that's not afraid of spending money in this moment would just invest the money and know that everything's going to be okay. And the way that that would be happening in the moment is they might, because they're human, they might feel a little trigger, but the one who's not worried and has faith that everything is going to be okay is going to fully feel and allow that sensation to be felt and released, and is just going to invest the money. So it's not about trying to trick your mind into, I'm not triggered, it's okay for me to spend money, it's okay for me to spend money. It's not about doing that. The trigger already happened. You got to be authentic with it. You're like, you feel the trigger. Now fully feel it, and fully be aware of and look at the program that was worried about money and watch it dissolve. That's how you become the version of you that's not worried about money. The way out is through. Right? The version of you that worries about money would not fully feel the emotion, would instead try to resist it or try to overcompensate or all types of other things, anything except for fully feel it. But the version of you that's not worried about money, that's not worried about, the version of you that attracts the partner you want and the relationships with your child and yourself that you want, they feel everything. They fully feel, they allow whatever arises within them to arise, and they choose consciously how they want to proceed. They don't let a program, how they've been programmed and conditioned to been programmed and conditioned by society and their environment, determine how they handle money, relationships, or anything. They choose consciously and intentionally. And so you got to be that. You got to choose. You got to be intentional, conscious, awake, aware, and you got to fully feel. And the more that you fully feel what arises within you, you're tuning into and dialing into that very emotionally intelligent, conscious version of others, right? You want a genius as a partner. You know you do. You want somebody who's kind, compassionate, and intelligent. Well, you got to be that. And you are that naturally. That's who and what you truly are. And you become more of that. Like you manifest, like you really show up as more and more of who and what you truly are, to the degree that you fully feel and then powerfully choose your next steps. So if you are ready to quantum leap from the version of you that spanks and screams and that experiences a lot of power struggles in your relationship with your child, and if you are ready to dial in to the frequency and vibration to show up more as your favorite version of yourself in parenthood, I am here to support you in doing so. Book a call.